So we're here with Jerald Sibbeston. This is his first time running an election campaign, and he is running for mayor. Jerald, so tell us why you're running for mayor.
Basically, I think that there's a pervasive attitude throughout certainly the top levels of City Hall that is no longer making an environment that's friendly for a guy off the street just to walk in and say, hey, look, I've got an issue. When something like that happens, you have to look at the root cause of it. The root cause of it in this case is that there's no third arm of justice. In other words, an ombuds office that could take these complaints without being directly staffed by City Hall and deal with them in a quasi-judicial manner, more like a board. I was thinking 1 or 3 person board of people from different disciplines, building, social, and
these would be elected positions?
Yes, that's what I'm trying for. Is I want these actually written into the articles of incorporation at the municipal level, and also into the municipal voting bylaws and such.
Why wouldn't you just give those powers to City Council?
The reason that you wouldn't want to give those powers to City Council is because City Council isn't immune from making big errors as well, and individuals, I believe, are at the end of the day liable or responsible for every decision they make, good or bad. If it's a bad enough decision, or if there's actually a legal issue that could arise out of something like that city might not even want to handle, they can also offer that up to the city, right, to the city ombudsman's office, much like the federal government does when it references Supreme Court cases.
What would you say to people who say there's already enough elected officials while you have more elected officials? Because
at the end of the day, I actually see the ombuds being at the top of the org chart, above and beyond mayor and city council. They are the law of the land, so to speak. That's kind of the type of an institution I envision. So even if the mayor is in a situation where, and I don't think this has actually ever happened in Yellowknife, but if there was, for example, a situation where a mayor was ever in a bad situation legally, then it could possibly end up in front of the ombuds office, and the ombuds would have the authority to actually pass a judgment.
What happens if the ombudsman was in a poor legal position?
Then they would get voted out, I'm assuming. It's just like anything. Like you've kind of, without saying it, touched on the fact that this is kind of an American-style system of justice, and it has to be that way out of necessity because there simply isn't any other way. I don't think that appointing justices at this level, at the municipal level, is appropriate.
Are we sort of reflecting on some of the controversies the city's been having related to the security cameras and the municipal enforcement division? Is that sort of what you have in mind, or is this something else?
Basically, I think that these are all leading indicators. These are the canary in the coal mine of larger corporate attitude at play here. This is the corporate culture that the city is currently generating, and as a result, it turns out that from a lot of people that I've talked to, the disappointment is palpable at this point.
What are some of the other things you're running on? I mean, you talked about services for houseboaters is one of the things I saw on your platform there.
Yep. Because we've only got a few minutes, I'll just briefly address that. Okay. Yes, there are harbor authorities in waterfront properties in Canada, and I believe that they're at least breaking even. I love houseboats. I think they make this town look beautiful. I wouldn't want to see less of them for sure. I don't know why the city has taken a hostile position towards them. They are a tourist draw. They make this town what it is.
What would you say to someone who would say they don't pay property taxes?
I would say to somebody that they don't pay property taxes that says that it's just because we've never had the proper enticements, and basically that's just due to outright mismanagement and a lack of forward-thinking vision.
Right. Anything else? Like, what are some of the other things you're thinking about?
Stop tax increases in this term, and if I was ever elected to a second term, actually let's turn this ship around, and through deregulating and cutting unnecessary positions in the administrative sectors of the government, we can reduce the amount of taxes that we need to collect. If people want to go on big grandiose projects, look at ways that you can find it out of your employee budget.
Right. Anything else you'd like to add, Jerald?
I wish everybody else that's running good luck. I am going to be running an extremely internally focused campaign, and as such, I want to draw you all to my Facebook page, Jerald Sibbeston for Anti-Corruption Mayor of Yellowknife. You can just do a search for that on Facebook, or it's actually facebook.com/Jerald Sibbeston for Anti-Corruption Mayor of Yellowknife.
Well, thanks for coming down and seeing us, Jerald, and good luck on the election campaign.
Thank you so much for the time, Mike.
Yes.